Quarantine Files, day 3155. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Quarantine Files. I am Yusuf Jarrell, the man, the poet, the artist himself. Tonight, we're going to get back into poetry because it is poetry night, everybody. So, I done brought the beret, the scarf, and I got the lighting just right here in the studio. But first, before we get started, I would like to take a moment to thank everybody who has or have been supporting the Quarantine Files from the very start since last year. I want to take a moment to thank you. I wouldn't be able to get this far if it wasn't for you. Thank you for your ongoing support. And I plan to make more of these as time goes by. Hopefully, I can really take this YouTube page and really let it go. Let it go somewhere. I mean, somewhere amazing. But I couldn't do all of this without your support, so I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, I thank you dearly. Tonight, before I get into some more poetry reading from my personal book that I've written, I wanted to say a few words. As a creative mind, I know this is like the perfect time to really explore yourself and use a lot of ingenuity and just come up with everything possible. But at the same time, before you decide to create, you got to create a mental space up here so you can actually create those things. So you can really look deep within yourself to see who you are and what it is that you bring to the world and what it is that you bring to yourself so you yourself can see what you bring to the world. Sounds a little confusing, but trust me, once you do some soul searching and you find yourself in that process, you'll understand. It'll come natural to you. But today's world just seems so far out of whack. It's like a giant high school. You're in the cafeteria and everybody's a part of a clique. You got your tables all over the cafeteria. You got your theologians and your hardcore religious folk at one table. Your conspiracy theorist at another. You got your reckless and dangerous individuals who think that this day and age is the green light to just do whatever you want with no repercussions here. You have your trashy and ratchets over here. You got your militant pro disappropriating establishment here. Your pro government and backing law enforcement here. And everything else. It's literally a giant cafeteria in a high school. The sad reality is this. Us creative minds, somehow everybody wants to pull us to one of these tables. As a writer, poet, actor, there's always one person from each table trying to pull you in. Come this way, come that way. Come sit with us, come be at our side. Why does it have to have sides? Why do we have to choose sides is my question. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Why do we have to sit where somebody else tells us? Why does it seem like us creative minds, those who are a part of the arts, are the ones that seem to get dragged? It's sickening. But the one thing I can take away from everything going on is that I chose my side. I chose my own side. I'd rather be the guy that sits at the table by himself than to become complacent somewhere else. if I became complacent or normal, as a lot of people would say, I wouldn't be able to create the humorous things that I do on TikTok or on Instagram. I wouldn't be able to look at myself and say, you are versatile. You must show the world why you're different. That's why I chose my own side. And for everybody out there that wants to venture into a creative world and who just wanna be themselves, be yourself. At the end of the day, no one on this earth is gonna love you more than you. No one on this earth is gonna have your back through tough times more than you. So this right here, this while everybody's complaining about how boring the pandemic is and everything else, take time to look within yourself. Take time to see what it is that you always wanted to do and do it. I always wanted to write a book, and I'm close. I'm almost done. Well, the writing part. Then you have to go through the proofreading and the publishing aspect. But when you started writing that first page, that's when it was done. That's when you knew your journey was starting. As a creative mind, don't give up on your dreams. This is the perfect time to brush up on your skills, learn new skills, and hone it in with all the other ones you've learned over the years. This up here for a creative mind, it's like a machine. It just keeps going. Even late at night when we're laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, our mind is just like this. It never stops. We're always coming up with new ideas, new concepts, new episodes for our YouTube pages, new things for our art galleries, poetry readings, trying to find different ways to get our stuff out there. This is the time to take ingenuity and take it to a whole new level. I believe in every last one of you. Everybody has a unique way of doing it. So let's not sit at these tables and have everybody tell us how to hone in on our skills, or better yet, tell us to forget our skills and to do something different. You're unique. There's this one meme I saw, and I think it spoke to me. The creative adult is the child who survived. You've survived. Now you have more than enough time, more than enough opportunity to take advantage of all this downtime. Because trust me, once everything goes back to normal, everybody's going to be, oh, I wish I had all that time off. Or, oh, I wish I could just be home right now doing my sculpting or doing my painting, doing my drawing, doing my everything. This is the time, everybody. Learn you, create the creative space up here, and go to work. Trust me, you'll feel completely rejuvenated once you get lost in something. I've learned to get lost in creativity. I didn't just stick to one thing. I stuck to multiple things. So as time goes by, you'll see those new things as time goes by. Now, as I said my piece, I promised that I would, read some poetry from here, because it is poetry night, and I am dressed like the poets that you see in the poetry spots. Although technically I'm looking for a place nearby where I live and make that my own. So, if anybody has any suggestions for the Northeast and the Philadelphia region, by all means, please let me know, because I'm ready to just venture out and just do me as a poet and just get lost in my work. All right. With that being said, I'm going to find a nice, decent poem that isn't raunchy, and I am going to read it. And I have found one. The name of this poem is called Conflicting Ideals. Bargaining directions randomly moving, separating paths unseen, consciousness unaware of the possibilities, what looms ahead, protecting my thoughts from the uniform belittlement that takes away my sanity, makes me belligerent to the norm, but having to shield the truth behind the corporate tie. The money is great, but it cost me my image, complacency spreading like wildfire. I fight to protect my ideal. Money cannot buy integrity. So I stand against the establishment, conflicted with ideals. Tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, for Poetry Night. And tune in, I believe I'll be shooting again Monday for the Quarantine Files. This time I'll just be doing the discussion piece versus getting lost in poetry. I'll even show you some of my crafting work as time goes by. But I am Yusuf Jarrell, and thank you for tuning in for the Quarantine Files. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share the Quarantine Files.